was 5 years ago. I stood in this very room. I remember giving my 10th speech in the Competent Communicator Guide, and I was so excited and so energized. But there was so much happening in my life. I had to step away for a while. And you know, I could almost define my life by Ethan before he was 32 and the years after being 32. I went through so much change, but I was still the same. I want to share with you all the ways I've changed and bore you to death, but I have to pick just one. If I was to pick just one, it would be conquering depression. I suffered with depression for many years. It's extremely pernicious. I wouldn't wish it on a snake. I remember going into the pharmacy. It's my third or fourth medication. And I went to the pharmacist and I'm thinking, this is the one. It's not gonna make me crazier than I already feel like I am. This is the one that's not gonna make me cry when I have no reason to be sad. And I handed it to the pharmacist. The pharmacist, a few minutes later, said, I can't give you this medication. Your insurance company wants you to take this completely different medication. And if that doesn't work, then you can take this medication. It was right then when I realized, when did the insurance company become my doctor? And I'm not a freaking guinea pig that you can just throw drugs at and see what happens. So I realized I needed to take control. I stopped everything cold turkey, and everyone around me said, you can't do that, you can't do that. Yes, I can do that, because that's what Ethan wants to do. It was at that moment when everything started to change. And just weeks prior, I'd started reading about Wayne Dyer and listening to some of his speeches. And I remember something that Wayne said. He said, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And it was that moment that I realized how strong I was. It was like a dump truck. I took everything in my brain and just dumped it out and said, I'm starting from scratch, and I'm taking over. I'm taking over my life. I changed my stance on religion. I changed my eating habits. I changed my exercise. I changed here. And when I changed here, everything on the outside changed. And I became awesome. And the journey, I'm on this train that's not stopping. Life has got so much for me, and there's so much adventure out there. But even though I've changed, some of me's still the same. I still hate table topics.
Oh, don't say that.
A lot. But if I was to share with you one thing that hasn't changed, that's just me, I'm a sci-fi dork, nerd, geek, nerf herder, whatever term you want to use, that's me. My imagination goes crazy. And so in life, I feel like you have to envision your life the way you want it to be before that change can happen. So I'm constantly sitting thinking about grand adventures and going to awesome places and seeing everything I want to see. But for whatever reason, I get distracted really easily. So sorry, I did hear your entire speech, so it didn't happen today. But sometimes I'm not even in the room. I'm sitting here thinking, my imagination's going wild, and I'm taking what I'm thinking I want my life to be, and for whatever reason, all the sci-fi action movies that I've also seen kind of come together without me trying. And I'll be looking across the room, I don't even realize I'm staring at Karen. Probably giving her a dirty look, not meaning to because I'm not really looking at you. What I'm thinking, Karen's not really here today. That's an alien sci-fi. Disguised as Karen. She's here from another planet because she's looking for warriors. Why she's at Pikes Peak Toastmasters looking for warriors, I have no idea. Just go with it. It's fine. So, all of a sudden, Karen jumps up, busts out a pulse rifle, starts shooting up the room, and I jump out, right? In my Chuck Norris action jeans. And I have my imagination. I have a ripped six-pack. That's probably the most consistent thing about all my imaginations. I always have a six-pack instead of this inner tube right here. And I start doing karate. And do I know karate? No. But imaginary Ethan knows karate and he's super tough. So don't mess with him. And I take the gun away, but I don't hurt Alien Karen because we all love even Alien Karen and we can't hurt her. I am still a geeky nerd that just loves life. And the new Ethan, just like the old Ethan, is here to hone his public speaking skills. Madam President.